What's up, guys? So in this video, we're going to talk about the standing pullover, also known as the straight arm pushdown. I prefer to call it a pullover because you are pulling something towards yourself. You're not pushing something down, you are pulling something. It is a pulling movement using primarily the lats. So in this video, we're going to talk about what it is, why you should do it, how to do it, as well as how to program it in your training plan. So this movement is pretty unique. Most pulling movements or rowing movements are going to work the back, but also the biceps. This does not. This works the back, but it also works the triceps instead of the biceps. Because the arms are straight, it is working not just the lats, it's working the long head of the triceps. That long head attaches to the shoulder blade, and thus it is responsible for moving the arm from above the body to down alongside it, especially when the arms are straight. This is basically unavoidable and not necessarily a bad thing. If you have a biceps injury, or if you have a brachialis injury or biceps tendon, or maybe an elbow issue, this can be a very good movement because it is different from almost every other pulling or rowing movement. And I like this movement because you can get a fantastic range of motion. At the top, at the bottom, you get a full stretch at the top and a great contraction at the bottom, and it really is a fantastic movement. You can see the lats contracting here. You can see my elbows are a little bit bent. This is personal preference. If your elbows bend a little bit as you pull, this is not a problem. You can keep them completely straight, a little bit bent, both are okay. The reason I keep them a little bit bent, one, is it allows me to overload a little bit more. Two, it takes the triceps a little bit out of the movement. I am triceps dominant, so they will tend to take over attention from the other muscles. So if I'm focusing on the lats, I will naturally bend the elbow a little bit in that contracted position, and this is to focus on the lats. And this is more of a pumping movement, so I would keep the reps fairly high, 15, 20, 25, 30, somewhere in that range. You can go down to 10 maybe, but typically I use higher reps. You can also use various attachments like a rope or handles or even a straight bar. See which one feels best for you. See which one gives you a good, satisfying contraction in the lats. Also, keep in mind your torso position shouldn't change too much. So you shouldn't be cheating, you shouldn't be swinging. Try to keep your chest at least somewhat up. You shouldn't be like crunching down with your abs. Try to keep the tension on the lats instead of the abdominals. As you get fatigued, you're going to want to crunch down a little bit to take tension off the lats, which are fatiguing, and put it onto the abdominals. Do not do that. This can hurt the lower back. Try to keep that chest up as much as possible. This is also an excellent movement to pre-fatigue the lats. So if you're the kind of person who is arm dominant, like I am, you might feel all rowing exercises or all pulling movements like pull downs, pull-ups, etc. in your biceps or in your forearms. Those give me a wicked biceps pump, but sometimes I don't feel them in my back. Do this movement before those movements to pre-fatigue and pre-activate the lats. Suddenly, they are the limiting factor when doing those other movements. So this can be a good way to feel your back, to activate your back, and to get more back growth from those other movements. This is also a prime candidate for high intensity techniques, so slow eccentrics, drop sets, myo reps, etc. For more information, check out my book available on Amazon, but this is a really good movement to actually go beyond failure. As you can see here, it is not particularly stressful, it is not particularly injurious, so it is a good movement to go into the great beyond failure. Alright, that is all for today. Make sure to like the video if you like this style of content. Kept this one a little bit short, and I will see you in that next video. Peace!